Hey guys, and welcome to the 2014 LEGO Star Wars sets analysis. We're finally getting pictures of these sets, and I am pleased to be able to give the analysis on their preliminary images. So we're gonna start off with this 2014 winner list of the LEGO Star Wars sets, and a little bit of it is wrong actually, but for the most part it is right. So here we have the battle packs. It says 4 same theme figs, not 2v2. That would be a lie for some of the battle packs because most of them aren't 2v2, but there are some that are maybe 1v3 or 4. It varies, really does. Um, the next one is the first battle pack is the set 75034 Death Star Troopers. It says Stormtroopers and others. Well, not really Stormtroopers and others. You'll see why. 75035 Kashyyyk Troopers, Clones and Wookiees. Not really clones and Wookiees, just clones. You'll see what I mean there. Here we have the next set 75036 Utapau Troopers. It says just clones. We don't really know yet. We haven't gotten an image of it yet. And then we have 75037 Battle on Seleucami. And it says just clones. That would be false. There are about 3 or 4 droids in that set, along with 1 clone. You'll see the picture of that in a minute. And here we have what they're called the recruitment line sets. Replacing planet sets, very small mid-scale sets with 1 figure. Basically what they are actually called are microfighters. They're not called the recruitment line, they're called microfighters. And these sets were basically there to replace the planet sets, as I just said. But you know those like exclusive sets that you see at maybe Comic Con or events like that? They're pretty much that same exact type of set. Um, the first one is the Clone Turbo Tank, and then we have an AAT, Millennium Falcon, TIE Interceptor, X-Wing Fighter, Imperial Star Destroyer. And for the most part, they come with some pretty cool figures, actually. Then we have the regular system sets. It says Police Gunship is most likely an exclusive. 2014 wave-based heavy on Episode 3. And then we have the first set, the 73038 Jedi Interceptor, Anakin's yellow version. Basically just his starfighter. The 75039 V-Wing Starfighter, and that comes with only 2 figures, a clone and a droid. Then we have 75040 General Grievous' wheel bike. This would have been a promising set in my opinion, and it still can be. I mean, these are just preliminary images, so you have to take with a grain of salt. It could have been better than what the preliminary images show for the wheel bikes, believe me. 75041 the Vulture Droid, 75042 Droid Gunship. That comes with some really actually cool figures. The ATAP, which we have seen before, it was released at San Diego Comic Con. 75044 Droid Tri-Fighter, haven't got an image of it yet. 75045 Republic AV7 Anti-Vehicle Cannon, haven't gotten a picture of it yet. Very promising set though. 75046, another very promising set, the Coruscant Police Gunship. So, first off, let's just dive right into the images of these sets, and then we will discuss the ones that we haven't got the images for after we see the pictures. So let's do that first. And here we have the first 2 sets. And sorry about my computer making noises. It does that. It's an old computer. Anyways, here we have the first 2 sets. The Droid Gunship and the Battle on Seleucami. And these first 2 sets, they are pretty cool. So let's first look at the Droid Gunship before we go into the extra look at the Battle of Seleucami. And here is a look at the Droid Gunship, and you can see it says new spring-loaded shooter. thank you, Lord, they are finally replacing flick-fire missiles for the most part, hopefully. Um, I, I will be so relieved if that is the case, and they're replacing it with this new spring-loaded shooter, as they call it, at least. Um, you can see also in the top right corner a Darth Vader reaching out with his hand. I guess that is the new 2014 winter set, or at least 2014 set the whole year picture, like we had Yoda in 2013. This is Darth Vader in 2014. Excuse me. And the droid gunship looks very well built and a lot better than the older one. Here is a look at the figures. And if you look at the bottom left corner of the picture, you will see a Scout Trooper, brand new figure, along with a brand new Chewbacca, a Battle Droid, and a Super Battle Droid. Now, the Scout Trooper and the Chewbacca look very, very promising. I wonder what their molds are going to look like, quite honestly. Chewbacca looks like a very detailed figure, and even the Scout Trooper does. Then if you look up to the top of the picture, you'll see the Commander Greed, Tarful, Commander Battle Droid, and a Super Battle Droid. And those are the figures from the AT-AP. We already saw that. We don't need to really go into that. But then we have the other set, the Battle of Seleucamine, those figures, and we have Commander Neo. I'm pretty sure that is, maybe they're calling it something else. We have 2 Battle Droids and 2 Super Battle Droids. So that also looks like a very promising set with the Commander Neo looking clone trooper. So let's dive into that set right now. Unfortunately, this is the best picture of the set we have right now, but you can see that there is the a speeder, a BARC speeder, which either Commander Neo or some sort of his type of clone trooper is riding on. And then we have a STAP included in the set, along with droids like behind a sort of like brush thing with a mounted gun. It's kind of hard to explain, but you get the picture if you can see the picture easily. But I have another picture right here, and it is just of the BARC speeder in a close-up form, so let's see that real quick. And here we have a better look at Commander Neo, or whatever type of clone it is. But the BARC speeder does look very cool. It is most likely a redesign of the older one we have gotten. It was a clone battle pack. It came with an ARF trooper and 2 bomb squad troopers and some other sort of clone. But I think this might be a redesign of that BARC speeder, and it looks very, very decent and very cool. I'm glad we are getting this new clone though, and he really looks awesome, I think. And here we have 4 more sets upcoming, and one is the Vulture Droid, another the Jedi Interceptor it's called, basically an Anakin Starfighter, and the V-Wing Fighter, along with General Grievous' wheel bike. Here are the 4 pictures of those sets, but let's just take a look at each individual one. And the first 2 that we're going to take a look at are the Jedi Interceptor and the Vulture Droid. Here's a more close-up look of those 2 sets, and the Vulture Droid looks pretty cool. You can see that there is a Buzz Droid along with it, and in Jedi's and Anakin Skywalker's Jedi Interceptor, we see that R2-D2 will in fact fit in the Starfighter, and both have this new spring-loaded shooter. So I hope that new shooter missile thing is pretty cool, because they're adding it in a lot of these new sets. So before we get into the figures for these 2 sets, and the General Grievous' wheel bike and the V-Wing fighter, let's take a look at the other 2 sets that I just mentioned, and then we will see the figures for these sets. So here's that look for the 2 sets, the General Grievous' wheel bike and the V-Wing fighter. Both sets look very cool. I'm not real sure about the V-Wing. It is a redesign, it looks like, of the past 2 that we've seen in the past. One was that black one, and another one was one that had the same colors as this one, and it looked a lot like it, but there is a redesign of it now, so it looks a lot different, and I'm not sure how the figure is going to look. A droid comes with the clone pilot, so we'll see. And then we have General Grievous' field like. And what it looks to me like is that it comes with Obi-Wan, who has a gun, and General Grievous, who has his Magna Guard staff. And that disappoints me greatly. I wish General Grievous would have his 4 lightsabers, include a new cape with it, even though we don't see his cape in it. It would still be really cool if we got the cape. I really don't like the idea of the Magna Guard staff coming with it, and Obi-Wan just coming with a pistol. No, I think everybody should have their lightsabers in this scene, and it looks like a really cool vehicle. One thing about it is, though, it looks kind of strange. The bottom of it, there's a brownish looking black thing. I'm not real sure quite what that is yet. Maybe it's supposed to be a crab droid. I don't know. We'll see. I just actually noticed it right now, so I really don't know what that is at the moment. Maybe it's like a little ramp for him to come off of. I don't know. But, of course, he does come with a flick fire missile. You can see that in midair. But let's get into the figures for these sets. Pay no attention to the first 2 groups of figures on the left-hand side going down. Just pay attention to the ones that I point out, and we'll get into those other ones in a minute. But first we have an Anakin's Jedi Interceptor. We have Anakin Skywalker and R2-D2. Both are new versions of the figure, as you can see with the little signs by them saying new. Those 2 figures are in the top right hand corner. If you haven't found them yet, go down a pair of figures and we see the clone trooper pilot and his droid from the V-Wing fighter. And the clone trooper is probably a really cool pilot, and I'm sure his droid is also pretty cool also. Down below those 2 are the new General Grievous and the new Obi-Wan. Both are brand new figures. These are like all new figures except for the droids. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what General Grievous looks like, because I really do hope that they don't keep the same printing on the old Clone Wars version of the General Grievous. I mean, it would be okay, but I really hope they don't, because it's an episode 3 figure. And then, well, that's the General Grievous field like. But then if you look to the left of those 2, another group of figures are from the Vulture droid. And actually, we have a Neimoidian warrior, I think it's called. I saw on the site that's what it was called, and I'm like, Neimoidians don't have warriors, so I don't know, we'll see. But then there is a Buzz droid and a Battle droid as well, that comes with the Vulture droid. The other sets of figures, let me just go over those real quick. We have some sort of Death Star. The Death Star Trooper Battle Pack is the first group on the left, and then down below them is the Kashyyyk Trooper Battle Pack thing. I really don't know what it's called yet, but yeah. And the first group has the 2 Royal Guards, and then the other 2 figures are the exact same, and they are, I guess, the Death Star guys with the little helmets or something. I don't know. You know those guys with Death Star that wear the helmets, they like operate things. I guess those are the 2 other guys. I wish they would have been Stormtroopers instead, but tough luck, I guess. Below them, the Kashyyyk Troopers, we have the guys with the Scout Trooper helmets and whatnot, and then we have one other type of clone. I really don't know what it is. They just call them Kashyyyk Troopers. Not really sure if they're even in episode 3 or whatnot. They're just basic clone troopers with camo armor, and I mean, they look decently cool, but I'll show you another picture of those in a minute, in the actual box art for their set. Here we have those 2 sets right now. The Stormtrooper, Death Star Trooper Battle Pack, I really don't know what they are. Whatever the Death Star guys are, I guess. And then we have the Royal Guards along with those, and they are actually carrying swords. I'm not real sure if that's just because of the preliminary images that can be kind of weird. I'm not really sure right now how these figures are going to look in this set. I don't even really know what the set is. It kind of looks like a big turret cannon gun thing. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out in the meantime. But it's kind of an odd set. But then if you look to the right, you will see the Kashyyyk Trooper Battle Pack. And I'm not real sure about that set either, because we get some really cool Kashyyyk Scout Troopers. But then we see these other guys, and they're not really, I don't think they're actually canon in Star Wars. But we'll see when we get the set. We're not quite sure yet. It looks just to be like regular clone troopers in camo armor. Not real sure. But if you look real closely, this is the big thing. They are actually carrying brand new clone blasters. And I am so happy. Maybe, I don't know if it's just because of the preliminary images, but maybe, just maybe, they might be replacing the clone blasters you see today with all the scopes on them, and they never have them, with an actual looking clone rifle. And I would be so impressed with LEGO. I'd be so happy with LEGO. It wouldn't be a rifle, maybe it's just a regular blaster. I don't know, but it looks really cool, and I'm not really understanding why it has that. Maybe just because of preliminary images. Like I said before, it's just preliminary, not really set in stone. You gotta take it with a grain of salt, but you never know. And then that same set comes with the Swamp Speeder thing that we've seen before, a very small version of that, but it still looks like a really cool set, really cool figures to get for the price point. It's probably $10 or something like that, because it is a battle pack. So let's keep moving on. And here we have what the boxes are going to look like for those 5 sets that I just talked about. And here we have another picture of the ATAP that I talked about before, and another analysis video. That was when San Diego Comic-Con was going on. And if you haven't seen that video, definitely check that out. It's not very long. I just talk about this set in better detail. But the reason I wanted to focus on it right now is because it said new spring-loaded shooter. And I just wanted to let you guys know that it is actually coming with one of those new shooter things. Thank God that those are replacing fire missiles, but I just hope these don't become the fire missile, if you know what I mean. Like, you dread getting them in every set, but this does look like a really promising set to me. And if you were wondering, this is actually what the ATAP is going to look in a better picture. Now, here we have what they are calling the Microfighter sets, and there are 6 of them coming out in the winter of 2014, I'm sorry. I'm still stuck in this year. But, they all look to be a lot different, but I'm pretty sure that each one is supposed to battle another. Like the clone turbo tank, right in the left top corner, and the AAT, I'm sorry, right beside it. They're supposed to battle each other, so you're supposed to get both sets together. That is the goal, I guess, of this series, and their marketing strategy for getting kids to buy these. Because it just looks like they both go together. But they do come with some pretty cool figures that you might think about getting. Probably each one will be $10 or so, give or take. Hopefully it might be a little less, maybe it would be even $5. That would be amazing. But let's get on to what each individual one looks like exactly. And here we have the first set of the Microfighters, which is the Millennium Falcon versus the TIE Fighter. Below them are the figures that come with these new Microfighter sets. The first one is the Clone Trooper, which hopefully it is just a plain white clone, but that's not what it looks like from the preliminary photo of the Clone Turbo Tank, which he comes in. Then we have the Battle Droid Pilot, not a new figure, we've seen him before in other sets. Then we have Han Solo, brand new Han Solo with his blue legs with the belt, brand new type of Han Solo. Then we have the TIE Fighter Pilot, which is going to go with the TIE Interceptor, and Han Solo will go with the Millennium Falcon. And then we have a X-Wing Pilot. It's not Luke Skywalker, I don't think, but he will go with an X-Wing, and then the officer, Imperial officer, I think it is, we'll go with the Imperial Star Destroyer. That is the new one, and those sets are under the figures. If you were wondering, that's what they look like. And here we have a picture of both of the other combined microfighters, the Clone Turbo Tank, the AAT, and then the X-Wing and the Imperial Star Destroyer. The Clone Turbo Tank looks really cool, but one thing is, I've seen it on a site and it has said that it comes with a Commander Rex. That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. But we look at it and it has a Captain Rex right in the Clone Turbo Tank. But then we have looked at the figures and it just has a regular Clone Trooper. So I'm not really sure what is going on with the figure in the set. I really hope it's a Clone Trooper, and it wouldn't really make any sense if it was a Captain Rex. Or a Commander Rex as they call it. I don't know. But then there's the AAT, the droid ship with the droid pilot. And I mean, it's a half decent set. This LEGO is probably kind of banking on people to buy it. That way it goes with the Clone Turbo Tank, and that way kids would buy it to have one versus the other. And you can get a good look at the X-Wing and the Imperial Star Destroyer. Both look really cool. I think the X-Wing will probably be a lot more popular, maybe because it comes with a new pilot, along with, it looks to be like a droid in the back of the X-Wing. I'm not sure if it's just the little astromech dome or if it's the full droid. I think it would be just the astromech dome, personally, because they wouldn't sell two figures with the set. But then you have the other Imperial Star Destroyer with some sort of fire missile thing attached to it, and an Imperial officer, I guess. But since the Imperial officer is new, people will probably buy it to buy the brand new figure. The new pictures we have gotten from the 2014 winner LEGO Star Wars sets. But there are some sets that pictures haven't come in quite yet. That would be the sets like the Utapau Troopers Battle Pack, the Republic AV-7 Anti-Vehicle Cannon, the Droid Tri-Fighter, the Coruscant Police Gunship. Those sets, I think, are going to be the best, quite honestly, except for the Droid Tri-Fighter. Not really sure about that set. Depends on what figures will come with it, if it is just another LEGO Star Wars ship. But the Battle on Seleucami, no, the Utapau Troopers, I'm sorry, I was looking for this. The Utapau Troopers, what do I think will come of that set? I think it would be a pretty cool set, if they made it some sort of really cool vehicle, or maybe a crab droid involved, and then 2 or 3 212 Troopers in their orange color, not in the yellow color that we saw from the Umbar and MHC. That was not a 212 Trooper, that was Commander Blast Trooper, since it was yellow. But that's what I really want to see from the Utapau Troopers Battle Pack. But then we see the Droid Tri-Fighter. What do I want in that set? A couple droids, maybe even, I don't know, some other Episode 3 figure. Maybe, I don't know, it doesn't even have to go with the scene. How about, like, the guy from Utapau with the weird lines going down his face? He looked pretty cool. Put him in a LEGO form. People would buy it. I guarantee it. I would. Republic AV-7 Anti-Vehicle Cannon. That could be a really cool set. I don't know if they're going to make it from the Clone Wars, from the Christosis scene. That'd be really cool if they did. They could put really cool characters in that set. But it is a little outdated. Most likely they'll make it a random Episode 3 set, put it in somewhere, put more clones in, make it cool. In the meantime, I hope they really do. I really do hope we see with these sets at least one. Maybe the Clone Turbo Tank will hold out on me. I just want to see one plain white Clone Trooper in the Episode 3 armor, the Phase 2 armor. I hope at least one of those sets has it. Please, I'm praying, LEGO, please do that. I'm begging you. And then the Coruscant Police Gunship. This is a really promising set. Probably going to be an exclusive, as it said before. But most likely it will come from the Ahsoka arc, the last arc of the Clone Wars. And we all know what happens with that. I'm not going to tell any spoiler alert stuff. Maybe it'll come with Ahsoka. Maybe see Plo Koon, Anakin with that set. a police droid, I don't know, maybe even Commander Wolf, a new version of him in his Phase 2 armor. That would be really cool because he was in the police gunship. How about Bear Softy with the mask that Ventress wore, or even Ventress? That would be really cool. I'm really holding on that set for figures. What kind of Clone Wars figures they might throw in there that would be really awesome. Probably a Target exclusive. I can picture that easily. Possibly a Toys R Us. I really hope it's not Toys R Us. That way the price would be really jacked up with that. But yeah, that is the basic 2014 winner list of the Star Wars lineups. So I really can't wait for these sets to come out, guys. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to review them or buy them all, at least. I'm not going to be able to buy them all, probably. But I really want to review at least some. And probably the best ones that I see I will review. Probably the battle packs are the cheapest. That would be easy to review. Maybe a few other really cool looking episode 3 sets. The main ones. I'm not really sure about the micro fighters or whatever they're called. They don't look very promising, but if the clone turbo tank comes with that plain white clone or really cool other clone, I'll probably buy it anyways because I really am looking forward to what kind of clone we'll see with that set. So thank you for watching this very long video, guys. If you've stuck with it that long, thank you so much. And if you have, please leave a like down below and a comment telling me how you liked the video and what I could do to improve my videos, which I am really willing to do. Thank you if you've subscribed. Please do subscribe. I always make videos like these analysis videos. I really do like making them. They're easy to make. This one was a little difficult with all the pictures and whatnot, but still, I enjoyed making it. All the 2013 Somerset reviews are out. All the 2013 reviews are out in general, except for the 2 exclusive sets. I'm not probably going to do those. We have the HH-87 Starhopper. I was really looking forward to review that. Can't do it right now. And the Old Republic ship. Can't really do that now. But please watch my other reviews, and maybe, just maybe, if you do, I might be able to review them maybe sometime this winter or something. But once again, thanks for watching, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you next time for another analysis video, review, or whatever. I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.